So I'm sitting down with Calista DeCesaro at the South Point in Las Vegas. We are at the Western Championships. How's Vegas going for you so far?
It's going really good. It's super exciting. We've done the eliminator match, and then we've done our first and second stages so far. We're here mostly for the experience and the fun. We're going with zero expectations of anything because we're still so new to this, obviously. But now my expectations are rising because we're starting to do a little bit better. So our first match, we had a pretty good raw time. Dee was saying we need t-shirts that say, but my raw time was. And it's so true.
I need one of those too.
Yeah, 100%. So we missed 2 on that one. But then our second stage, we did really good, and we ended up clean. So super excited.
Nice.
Loving Vegas.
This is a big challenge for your rookie year.
It really is, yeah. I feel like I've been hitting all these bigger shoots, but all it's done is kind of push us to want to do better. So I'm really enjoying it.
Good, and you're looking great. And I wanted to sit down with you because you are a rookie. This is your rookie year, so this is the rookie special. How was it that you heard about mounted shooting and got into mounted shooting?
So I have a couple friends on Facebook that have been doing it for a few years. They've been trying to drag me into it, but I just was never, I'm not ready, I'm not ready, I'm not up. I ride my horse with 2 hands still, and then finally last year I did a little bit of like ranch versatility that got me out of my comfort zone. And I was like, okay, we're riding one-handed. I think we can do this. Went to the clinic. I think you were at that very first one, weren't you?
I think so, yeah.
Up with Josh, Dick, and Margie Donis. And yeah, I was hooked once that first day. That was it.
And
Side seal delivered.
How did it change from that first day? Like, how did it go on that first day? I can't remember your first day, but how did it go?
She did really good. So I've done a lot with her over the years. We kind of hobby hop and discipline hop around, but she did really good, was nice and quiet. And I mean, we were trotting, I think, by the end of it with shooting.
I think you were too.
Yeah, so she did really well there, and then it just kind of took a turn at our first competition when I got a little overzealous on balloon 1 and shot way up here instead of sticking in her comfort zone. And then we had some damage control to do. But I think we're on the other side of that now.
So you've talked a little bit about your horse background, but how about your gun background before mounted shooting?
Gun background, we're gun people in our household, so we have many of them, but mostly rifles. Pretty much with a pistol, if you break into my house, you're safe because I have better luck throwing at you than shooting you with a pistol. So that was my background with handguns, essentially. Yeah.
And it seems like, I mean, you're in Vegas, and I've seen you at a lot of shoots, and we've become good friends because we've been together at a lot of shoots. But what is it that you love about the sport? Because you're clearly hooked at this point, right?
I really am. So everybody says it, and they say it because it's true. It's the people, once again. Everyone's super helpful. I've had some shoots where my guns weren't working, and I've had multiple people come up and offer guns. I almost forgot my chinks one time. Luckily, I ended up with them in the trailer, but someone had a backup pair that they were going to loan me. And they're just super supportive. But other than the people, I really like that it's different. Every event is different. The patterns are different. My horse doesn't really know what to expect, and it keeps us working and building on skills we already have. Like some disciplines, like barrel racing, you go do the same pattern every time. So everyone's fighting for that 1/1000th of a second.
Yep.
There's so many factors of this shoot that there's fast horses that are going to excel on the straight shoots. Like you run down and shoot 5 and you come back and shoot 5. There's horses that have barrel backgrounds and they nail the shoots that, have lots of tight turns, and there's runs for every strength in like each rider and horse combo, and I really appreciate that.
And even when someone has got it all together, they can have a totally disastrous day.
Yeah.
Missing balloons, which can change the whole order.
It's very humbling.
It
very
much
humbling.
is, yeah.
You go out there and think, I have it together, we're professionals now, and then no, you don't.
I was pretty happy that I had probably the best run that I've ever had on the bear today.
Your first stage was beautiful. I was watching, I was like, oh my gosh, go, yes! It was fantastic.
So like I said, we've been to a lot of shoots, I've seen you at a lot of shoots, but which one is your favorite so far?
So far, the Rock Spring shoot. It was just so chill. You pull up, you offload your stuff, like everything flowed really well. I really enjoyed that one.
That's one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
Although now I'm here in Vegas.
Vegas is pretty cool.
Vegas is pretty cool. So if you haven't made it to Vegas yet, I would highly recommend that you take the time to to come out here and do this shoot because it's so well organized. I was really sort of impressed when we pulled up and Dee was there to help unload the trailer, and I think Paul came in and he cleaned out our trailer for us, and we got everything out, and there was just so much help and everyone was so supportive.
It was very efficient getting in.
Yeah.
I was worried because we've competed at the stock show and other events, and National Western is always a little bit of a mess. So I was like, gosh, Vegas with 400 people hauling in, that's going to be crazy. And I think we were unloaded within like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
It could have been such a disaster.
Oh, yeah. I was expecting the worst and was pleasantly surprised by the best.
Agreed. So you said that you talked about how you like the patterns and you like how there's variety in the patterns.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite pattern yet?
So far I do. It's going to sound a little bit backwards, but I feel like I do better at the patterns that my brain has to shut off and I have to ride better. So one of my favorite ones so far was the very last stage on the very last day of Rock Springs. It was pattern 101, and it's a single balloon and then 2 gates. You come around the top, 2 more gates, and another single. And maybe I just like it because we shot clean on it, and I was not expecting that at all, but I really enjoy the patterns that I can't overthink them. I just have to ride them.
That was a tough pattern.
Yeah.
But I remember enjoying that one too. It's super fast, right?
Yeah. Yep. And technical. Lots of back and forth.
What advice would you give to clubs about supporting their new shooters?
You know, I thought a lot about this question when you sent it over, and I kind of hit a wall with this one because I feel like I haven't lacked in help with people. One thing that our clubs do in Colorado that I've super enjoyed, and I didn't realize that not everybody does, is level 1s go last at the end of the day. So it has helped tremendously being able to watch the patterns and the people who do very well with their pattern management. Running last has been a very key factor. It was quite different when I ran first at different events out of state. But other than that, I know our clubs are really good about like practices, and there's groups that come together for private practice. But other than that, I felt pretty supportive as a shooter with our Colorado clubs, and I don't know what made that stand out more so than others. But just practices and let your level runs run last was fantastic, and that's basically what I had for that one.
We hear mixed feedback about the level 1s running last.
Yeah.
Some people love it, some people hate it. I know I've heard that some of the higher level shooters would prefer to go at the end when it's, you know, especially when you're at a venue that has a crowd.
Yeah.
Because that's where the excitement is, and then it kind of gets confusing for people who don't understand mounted shooting if they go from like these rockets.
And then there's us at the end.
Yeah, and then you get the level 1s at the end. And I've been conscious of that myself when I've been at the very end, and I've had to go after Dee Chapman.
We have to follow up with that.
Paul Chapman, Crystal Smith, all of these top shooters. I'm like, how do I follow that?
There's definitely pros and cons there.
But at the same time, I've also been in the situation where I've been a very, very new shooter, and I've been the first one out there. I've never seen the pattern in my life.
Yes.
And I remember at one shoot, I think it was in Nebraska perhaps, someone said to me, "Why did you run the pattern like that?" And I said, I didn't know how else to do it. I looked at my book and I kind of ran it how the book said. And I think I looked at the cards. I think maybe that was the same. But as you get more experienced with patterns, you realize that there's a more efficient way to run, perhaps. And my way apparently was not very efficient.
Yeah, it makes me laugh when they released like the new patterns, because you'd go to a shoot and then everyone's like, I don't know how to run this. And I'm like, that's how I feel at every shoot with all of the patterns.
This one's not in the book.
Yeah.
I think I heard that a lot of Rock
So
Springs.
many times. If I had $1 for every time that was heard.
Although, a little plug here, I did see the Elizabeth Clavette, who I interviewed very early on, has just released a pattern book, a digital pattern book, so you can download it to your phone and have it on hand with the new patterns in it as well. Yeah. So we talked about clubs, but what advice would you give to a brand new shooter who's looking to get into the sport?
Don't feel like you have to be fully prepared to be a mounted shooter. So one of the things that held me up from starting was that I felt like I was just going to go in and make a fool of myself, because there's no way. guns, horses, it's so much going on. You don't have to be good at it to start doing it. Doing it is how you get started with going. So don't feel like you need to be fully prepared to do it. Just start and then you can go. That's probably one of my biggest things. And don't care what people think at all. Everyone's been a level 1 at some point. Everyone who looks really cool doing it now at one point looked just as silly as we do, struggling our way through a course and making rookie mistakes like forgetting to load your guns. I don't know who would do that. Or dropping a gun on the course. I also don't know who would do that. Like, just everyone has made those mistakes. And that was another thing that I felt really supported by, because when I did maybe make those mistakes a time or two, people would come up, oh, that happened to me. Don't feel so bad, because I was so embarrassed. But yeah, just don't care what people think. Ride the horse that you have and find people to take lessons with. We're really fortunate to have a lot of great people in Colorado that do lessons or host practices, like Dee Chapman. Every time I go to her house, I leave with so much information that I have to just soak in it for days. Yeah.
And I think something that you just said there is really key, and that's ride the horse that you have. It can be so easy to play the compare game and to see other people and their horses doing really well. And I know I've sort of done this myself. I've watched other people whose horses seem to take to it much quicker than mine, and I've played that compare game and got down on myself.
It's hard.
But I've started to really pay attention to the good things that Mr. Bear's doing. And really focusing on that as I walk away from the day. And it just leaves me in such a better mind space. I'm more excited about the sport. I'm more excited about the next day on those multi-day shoots. So really do just ride the horse that you have. I think that's a great piece of advice.
Well, and that's something that you talked about previously was, you know, you would get down on yourself about, you know, what went wrong, but picking out what went good first. When I started doing that after listening to that podcast, it changed a lot of things for me. Like, instead of coming out feeling so bummed about it, what did we do well? What is one thing that we didn't do well that we can hone in on that one thing? Fix that problem, go to another shoot, find another problem, fix that. Before you know it, you have multiple puzzle pieces that you can start to fit together versus just looking at this pile of pieces and not knowing where to start. Find a thing or two, work on those, and then find the next thing or two and put them together.
Yeah, it's a long game, right? It's not about just this shoot today. It's not about the shoot tomorrow. We're playing the long game here. A lot of us who get into this sport, we want to be in this sport for a long time, for many years to come. And so try and think about the fact that you've got many years to get better. You've got time. This sport's not going anywhere. There's more shooters, more shooting clubs. It's going to keep going. So really think about where you want to be in the future rather than getting hard and down on yourself by the day. So when I interview regular guests, they're often guests that a lot of people know, shooters that have quite a following. And maybe you haven't got your following just yet, but I'm pretty sure you're going to have a following. She's great, by the way. She's going to have a following in the future. So normally I ask, what's a little known fact about you? But a lot of people who are watching this might not know anything about you. So what's a fun fact about you?
So something that not a lot of people know, I own a mobile pet grooming business, and I've gone like baby viral on the internet and been on the local news stations because I also do like the crazy creative grooming where you turn dogs into like giraffes or tigers or skeletons, and I've done a lot of crazy things like that. I should have dug up pictures, but I'll show you.
Yeah, I think you'll have to share some pictures with me, and we'll have to post some of these pictures. And what's your mobile pet grooming business if you want to follow it?
It's called Mustache's Mobile Grooming. Like mustache, but mutt.
I love that. I didn't know that about you either, so that's definitely a fun fact. What are you looking forward to for the rest of this year?
The rest of this year, I'm just super happy with how things are coming together with my horse. Things I'm looking forward to is just, I chased clean shooter super hard for a while. I caught it one time, and so now each shoot I'm like, shoot clean, have fun. So basically just looking forward to more fun, meeting new people. I'm actually really socially awkward, so I've been trying to get out of my box and introduce myself to other people. It's kind of cool now that I'm recognizing, hey, I rode with you in Nebraska. Hey, I met you up at Rock Springs. Or now I'm going to be like, hey, we shot in Vegas. So just meeting new people, having those connections across the country would be kind of cool.
What shoots do you have lined up?
I think after this one, mostly local shoots, I haven't entirely told Kelly that I would like to go to Vernon or else. This is a trap question because he's going to watch this and be like, we have what shoots planned? My better half is not a horse guy, nor is he a mounted shooter. And yeah, so I kind of just dragged
So
him
we're
along.
going to Worlds.
Yeah, it'd be really cool. Yeah, if we can fit that into the schedule.
Well, it's been such a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
And nice hat, by the
Why,
way.
thank you. It's this really cool Balloon Killers hat. This really cool girl gave me.
And good luck for
Thank
the rest
you.
of Vegas.
You too. I'm so glad to ride with you and be here.